is where the fun, this is where the fun, this is where the fun begins.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?
This is where the fun begins.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Toy Anxiety. My name is Craig Goldberg. We are live on a Saturday evening, a special edition due to the technical difficulties last week. We're not going to spend any time talking about that other than, sorry.
Yeah, because tonight there's a whole new set of technical difficulties.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't even know what's going to happen. Joining us tonight, Jacob Walsh, Ryan Dole. We're going to have some fun. It's Saturday. There's nothing to do. It's still a pandemic. I don't know if you guys heard. Still no concerts or conventions or things of that nature. But we're going to have some fun tonight. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend, buying some toys. I'm excited. Do I sound? I'm saying I'm excited. I don't sound excited. I really am, though. I promise. Welcome to Toy Anxiety, everybody. Once again, I got to get the chat going. Programming note: Abigail will not be joining us this evening. She's been battling a little bit of a migraine all day. Probably getting a headache from me buying all these toys. Am I right? There we go. No, she sends her well wishes and her good luck. She said good luck. I was like, okay.
Good luck.
5 years of podcasting.
After Tuesday.
Yeah, after Tuesday,
I can't blame her. So,
yeah. So, but Ryan, how are you, man? How's your toy buying week going?
Well, there's been nothing since Tuesday. Nothing has magically shown up. So I'm just kind of sitting there chilling. I made some shelf space. I'm no longer in serious space danger.
Okay.
Now I'm just in moderate space danger.
Moderate space danger. Yeah, I think I know I've been talking to Jake about this. I think I'm in a little bit of a mode where obviously I'm still buying toys and things like that, but been doing some reorganizing, and I'm starting to mentally prepare for Ghostbusters, for the upcoming. There's going to be a lot of Ghostbusters toys coming out this year, and I have no place to put these things. So I've been kind of like trying to get ahead of the chaos, because my toy room's been a complete disaster.
Well, if you had a baby's room, you could put your Stay Puft in there.
Because that's a child's toy. Is that what you're saying?
Because that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
it's made by Play School, so I mean it's technically a baby's toy, right?
Okay, well I'll do that. Jake, what's
but
up, man?
What? I'm still getting it.
I know. I'm gonna buy 3. Jake, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing well. You're getting 3. You already have 3 of them.
I don't have 3. I only have the 1. And I honestly you know what? I'm gonna pair it with it's gonna look good with the the Fright Features line, the new Afterlife line.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be a cool little combo.
I like that you're looking up like it's
I'm looking at it. It's looking at me. But anyways, Jake, well, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the chat here because I kind of forgot it was happening, but I hope everybody's doing well. Jake, how are you, man?
Dude, I'm good. Ryan, you said you didn't get anything over the week. I did get a few things.
Okay.
Since Tuesday.
Ooh, yeah, let's see.
Well, one of those things is I did get the Plasma Series Ecto.
Oh!
It showed up finally. What is with this paint in the front of this thing?
Yeah, let's talk about that. That's been the controversy in the Ghostbusters community this week.
It just looks like they spray painted the front black.
Yeah, so it seems like there's a couple different versions of the Ecto. I know the version I have does have the dark front and has a little bit of the dark, paint kind of coming up onto the hood, but not as much as the one you're showing, Jake. Like that kind of looks like they maybe went overboard with that one.
A little bit.
Do you think maybe the factory broke? It just started spraying black on all the.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen everybody posting that it's basically this or one with far less, weathering on it, and I don't know why that there seems to be two completely different versions of it. But I don't really love that. But besides that, the car looks great. Everything else about it looks really good. It's fun. That's my only complaint about it, is that weird dark hood.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think I got those Ecto 1 and Ecto 1A, the diecast, the Hot Wheels Elite. I've taken some pictures, and it really it's. I mean, obviously it's not diecast; it's made of plastic, but it's a really good. Like, they did a great job on it. Like, it still sucks there's no figures for it, but it's great. They did a good job. That's what I will say.
Sure.
Now, when I was at Target,
don't let that go.
What I will say is that they did a good job on it. It's and I was at Target today, and I saw they had the first time I actually saw it in person, because I had pre-ordered mine, and I did that thing as a Ghostbusters fan where no matter what, you get so excited to see a Ghostbusters thing. I was just like, I better buy it, and I was like, Craig, stop. You don't need another one. You can't even see it because it's in the box. It's not like you could display it in package. So I held off, but I would definitely recommend picking up the Plasma Ecto. And I don't know, maybe
for sure.
We don't know. Maybe there's going to be more vehicles in Afterlife. Maybe they'll have a whole line of Afterlife vehicles. Probably not.
I wish they still did that thing though, that like the old Kenner line would do, where even if there were no vehicles in your movie, you got 6 different random vehicles. Yes,
there'd be like a tank. Like an RV.
A tank.
I want
garbage
that
truck.
That's what we need.
Yeah. I want, the garbage truck would be a good one. Let's make some guesses. What do we want to see? What random ass vehicles
I'll tell you
do we want to see? I
was convinced in Answer the Call that we were going to get the bike, because they kind of made it like the Ecto 3 or whatever they called it, whatever Chris Hemsworth is on for one scene. Like, you going into Answer the Call, we were like, oh, this is like the new Ecto. This is gonna be a big deal. There's gonna be a nothing. How did they not make a Chris Hemsworth figure?
Dude,
it's crazy.
Their best character in the movie didn't get a figure.
Yeah.
I would have liked one if they did like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Kevin with no shirt but a saxophone.
Listen, remember there was that company that was supposed to make, it wasn't Blitzway, there was another company, like a Chinese company, that was going to make like the Hot Toys style Ghostbusters figures, and they teased a bunch of like GB1, GB2, and Answer the Call figures, and none of them were ever released. The reason I bring that up is because one of them was supposed to be the thing you were talking, the saxophone. Kevin with a saxophone.
Listening to saxophone?
Yes. I bet there was a Tesseract inside that saxophone. My brother, he gave me that saxophone, that Tesseract in it. By the way, Avengers Endgame is so good. Just watched that the other night. I gave it...
For the first time?
First time. By the way.
At home, where it's meant to be seen? Streaming?
Where movies were meant to be seen.
He watched it on his phone while on the dashboard of his car.
I did. I got my car.
Between going to Target.
I did.
Yeah.
Now listen.
Took it to the shower, hung it up on the wall.
I've watched a movie in the shower.
I bet.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, moving on. I don't have any other like weekly pickups, because we did just do half of the show a couple days ago, except for a good friend of the podcast, Jay Key, found the Battle Armor He-Man out there in Texas, and he sent it my way. And I haven't seen this in person yet, so very.
Jay Key, I'll send you my address, and I need one too.
Jay, now I've been talking to Jay a lot.
I'm just kidding, Jay Key.
And I don't know, I'm having trouble seeing the chat the way my windows are, so I hope everybody's doing well. I'll try to get in there and field some questions and comments here in a little bit, but I don't know if Jay's in there. But Jay was telling me that he is now going back and he's rebuilding his Dino Riders collection. Like he had gotten, I think the story is that he had a lot of Dino Riders and he kind of pared it down, and he just had a couple like showcase pieces like the T-Rex, and now he's going back to the beginning and he's getting it all. And I told him, that's great. Do it. I want to do that. Dino Riders is such a cool line.
I wanted to do that once.
Jake, what happened? Let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about Dino Riders real quick.
I mean, they're great, and I love them, and I would still like to collect them, but man, Dino Riders it's just too expensive. It's too expensive, and then on top of that, like the complete T-Rex. First of all, it's a very big, impressive figure, and I want that more than anything.
Right.
But he comes with there's literally 50 little pieces to him.
Right.
And it's so hard to find that guy complete, and when you can, it is not a price that is just I'm buying a Dino Rider today. So
right.
It's just there's so many that it's a good extensive set, and
right.
It's like if you can't get the T-Rex, then what's the point of life? You know, if you're not going to get that T-Rex,
so actually that's
don't collect it.
That's a cool discussion topic, and we didn't pre-plan this, but let's talk about that. How do we feel are there certain toy lines where there's a marquee figure or play set where if you can't if you couldn't get this one thing that you probably wouldn't even. Basically what Jake is saying, I'm not going to collect Dino Riders unless I get that T-Rex.
I think so. I think, why would you collect Marvel Legends X-Men if you're not getting the Sentinel? That's dumb.
I love that. I was thinking more vintage. I mean, the Sentinel hasn't even been released yet.
Not even out yet.
But that's fine. That's fine.
I don't think I don't want to tell somebody hey, don't collect this line unless you're going to collect the whole thing, because I don't do that. But it personally, it bums me out. If I had all the Dino Rider stuff and I just could not get a hold of a complete T-Rex, it would bum me out, and I don't want to just be bummed out. So I do own a little bit of Dino Rider stuff, but it's kind of on the back burner. Yeah. Maybe at some point I'm going to come back to it. I always have my eyes open for it, but I'm never going to get that T-Rex this week.
Right. Well, they don't pop
all
up.
I can oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that you don't see it that much. At vintage toy shops and toy shows. It's not it's that available.
Oh, dude, you don't really see that at all. But I was going to say, all I can picture now is Jake near a reflection pool thinking about his one complete Pachycephalosaurus Dino Rider, and then how it's it's perfect, it's pristine, but it just sucks because he doesn't have a T-Rex.
Because that's all it is. I saw a loose T-Rex at a toy store in Jacksonville, but all it was the dinosaur. It had no accessories, no human or anything. And that is the first time that I had seen that. It's the first time that I had seen that figure in person since I was a child, and I was shocked by how big it was. Yeah. I was just oh my God. I just, lost concept of the scale of that thing. I mean, it's a big, impressive toy.
Well, I had I loved Dino Riders as a kid, and also this is 87, 88, so I'm 3 or 4 years old, but I had the T-Rex, I had the Diplodocus or Diplodocus. I think they call it Diplodocus on the show. Were they even
ages 3 and up, or?
I don't even know. It was ages Craig and up. I was so into them, but here's the thing. I would like to go back and get some of those marquee pieces from my childhood, but I know how I don't want to think that I have to be a completist, because it's just not it's not affordable on any level or any scale.
Right.
But it's a really cool Now, when we first started hanging out and you would talk about your Jurassic Park collection, I would even pull Abby aside. I was like, Jake's a cool guy, and he says he's a Jurassic Park fan, but he doesn't even have the compound playset. It wasn't until you got the compound, until Jake got I honestly had zero respect for him as a human being or a toy collector until, no, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you want a secret though? I had no respect for myself until I got it, so.
Yeah.
I honestly when the first time Jake saw my toy collection, I'm sure he was oh, I think Craig's poor or something. It's not a very good collection.
I
had I was very self-conscious about the collection because the shelves weren't great. It was a lot of just random.
Craig wears his insecurity in his toy room.
I do. That's where my sleeves are. I keep all my sleeves in the toy room. But I do think there's I don't want to say that. Okay. I don't think there's, and let us know in the chat what you think about this, but I don't think there's a rule. There's no rule to hey, if you collect real Ghostbusters and you don't get the Kenner Firehouse, then you don't really have a collection. I don't think it's like that.
Well, dude, that's kind of half right.
Right, it's a little bit right. Actually, I agree. But I do think there's certain toy lines that if you're going to collect, there's good starting points. Like, if you're going to collect real Ghostbusters figures, I would start by trying to piece together, like, the original guys with Slimer and Stay Puft. Because, like...
Wave 1. Wave 1's
like,
a good...
I think that... and like, or if you're going to go back and collect vintage TMNT, like, try to get, you know, the first wave with the 4 turtles and... you know, Splinter, Shredder, April, whatever.
Or at least the Cowboy Turtles, at the very least.
Don't get those. I didn't know how to address those turtles when I did my toy room tour and I got to those. I was just like, these are not appropriate.
Did you just skip over the entire section of the racist Ninja Turtles?
I didn't. Well, I didn't
like a whole section of just like.
I didn't skip over it, but I was just like
insensitive Ninja Turtle figures out
they're
there.
not sensitive. Honestly, I want to bring them to local schools and use them as teaching opportunities. But
is that your excuse for buying them all?
Yes, I honestly wanted
to these so I can teach the children.
I needed to take them off the market so other people didn't have the opportunity to get them because I don't want them to be influenced.
Figures, honestly,
they're very cool, and honestly, the Michelangelo and Leonardo are legit racist figures. Like they just are, and you can look them up.
Are we gonna get into this?
No, we're gonna move on.
Okay.
We're just gonna do a whole episode about what toys now are no-nos.
I mean, they're offensive, but I have them, so I don't know what to do with my life. So, anyways,
you gotta complete it, man. You have to have a complete collection.
But I mean, I'm looking at the Raphael. He's dressed as like Davy Crockett, and he's got an actual raccoon on his head. It's not a raccoon. He didn't even make a raccoon hat. It's literally a raccoon. That's kind of fun. Yeah. So I don't, like I said, I'm always interested in what people's collecting rules are. Cause I try to make rules, but I break them immediately. Yeah. I'm like a bad boy. I'm like Dennis Rodman.
Dude, you say things.
Yeah.
Like just to say things. I sometimes don't even. I think the last time you tried to tell me your rules, like, okay, here's my rule on McFarlane's, and I shut you down.
Did
I don't even know what they are because I said stop it.
Yeah. I want to know if you're in the chat. Let us know what some of your collecting rules are. So, do you have like certain? You know, some people say I'm going to collect real Ghostbusters, but I'm not going to get any. I'm not going to go past a certain series, or I collect, you know, Jurassic Park, but it's only the first movie. I'm not going to go to Lost World, or you know, stuff like that. I'm always interested in that because I want to take inspiration. Hey, listen,
you only collect Keaton Batman.
That will exactly.
Well, that's not true. Not for Craig.
No, it's not. It's not. I got a lot of Batman Forever.
Definitely not for me either. I got a lot of Batman and Robin and Forever.
Before we go any further, I did mention this earlier in the week, but if you are listening on YouTube or you normally watch us live, it would really help us out if you still went to our feed, our podcast feed, and left a review on iTunes. Because it just helps us spread the word and get toy. I want Toy Anxiety to be like the biggest action figure podcast of all time, and I think we can do it because there's really not that many. There's some, but I think we can grow this, and this community is really awesome, and it's just it's been a lot of fun so far. So, and another programming notes: tune in a week from tonight, next Saturday night, for the 5-year Yes Have Some podcast anniversary show. Jake will be here live and in person, I think. And
what?
And we're gonna have some fun. It's just gonna be a fun. It's just gonna be fun. We're gonna have some guests. We're gonna have some memory. We've been doing these walk down memory lanes. It's been cool. Yeah. So join us next week for that here on YouTube. And yeah, so we've got some stuff to cover. But before we do that, there was some breaking news over the last couple of days in the toy world. Jake, Ryan. Oh, Jake, what do you got there? By the way, what Jake's about, this was one of our best Instagram posts in a while. We're setting, we're setting the world on fire.
I saw somebody leave a comment and said, I'm following for this. It was like, this picture deserves a follow.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned it on the last episode because it was supposed to arrive, I think, whatever day, Tuesday or whatever. But I did receive Cookiezilla. Cookiezilla did arrive.
Look at that.
It is beautiful.
Have you licked it? I would have licked it.
I have dunked it in milk.
Now, okay, so this is a limited release statue from Bottleneck Gallery. It is Godzilla and Cookie Monster with the traditional Grover tail.
It's specifically Shin Godzilla, which has a face on his tail. So,
yes.
They really just went for it.
Now, that thing was like $100, and it looks like it should be more expensive than that.
I was kind of, when I bought it, I bought it and it was sort of like an impulse thing, and I was like, oh, did I just buy a Cookiezilla figure for $100? And but it came in, and it is very well. It's more of a statue. I would say it's a statue, not a figure, but It's very it's very, very detailed. It's very, very well done. It was a little bigger than I thought it was going to be. It just, everything about it, I love.
I think that's great. It makes me wonder.
I think he's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now,
I think I posted it, what I said was that this is somehow maybe the dumbest thing that I've ever spent money on, but maybe also the best thing that I've ever spent money on.
It's like a showcase piece. Like, there's not anybody who, like, for one thing, if you look at it, it looks exactly, if you're just listening to this and you're not watching it, it looks exactly what you think it would look like. You wouldn't have to explain that. Even if somebody walked in, they'd be like, oh, is that like Cookie Monster but Godzilla? And you're like, yep, that's exactly what this is. Of course it is. Now,
but the details are just right, because it's like the neck looks like fabric, like the stretched fabric.
Yeah.
Like just it. Man, it just looks good.
They did a great job. Now, listen.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a series that'll go? Will there be more Sesame Street?
They have already kind of unveiled a tease of the next figure, and it's going to equal the same size, but it's going to be, the Godzilla is about half the size, and Mothra is going to be kind of latched onto his back.
Okay.
But Mothra is Big Bird.
Okay. And who's Godzilla?
Well, it's still
it's another Cookiezilla.
It's Cookiezilla, but he's like battling Big Bird Mothra.
Okay.
And it also looks like, now I'm not 100% sure, but this is based on Shin Godzilla. I think the new one is going to be based off of the Godzilla suit from the 74 when he fought when he originally fought Mothra. So
dang. They should have the Mothra twins,
right,
but it's Bert and Ernie.
Oh my! That is such a good idea.
See,
that is a good idea.
That would be fun. I love that. I mean, I'm a sucker for a weird mashup, but I think, like Ryan was just saying, like that's just a good looking statue.
Yeah.
So like for that three, why am my brain's going completely blank? But they should do like Snuffleupagus with 3 snouts.
Oh, like
King
Ghidorah?
Yes, thank you. My
That would
brain
be
is totally
fun.
like lost. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I
Now
think the
can't stop thinking
possibilities
about-
are endless.
they
You could
could do whatever they
Oscar
want.
the Grouch, Elmo, other characters. I haven't watched Sesame Street in a long time.
Those aliens that go yip, 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 yip.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Why not?
Don't you hate when you talk about Sesame Street and somebody starts talking about the Muppets and like as if they're the same? I know they're
Well,
from the same origin, but they're not the same. Kermit the Frog does
Then
not live
explain-
on Sesame Street.
Do you hate that?
But he
Craig? You just
reports for
hate
them.
when that happens. Does that happen to you?
I hate it. It makes me mad. Let's go to the chat real quick. I was asking about collecting rules. BP on the air, I think that's Brock Parker, says, I only collect characters I deeply remember or care about. I wish I had that rule.
say it like Hank Hill.
I can't.
That's how you do Brock's voice.
I only collect characters I deeply remember or care about. Is that Hank Hill? It's kind of.
Yeah, that's Brock Parker.
But that's not Brock Parker. That's just mean
Yeah,
to
it is
say.
Turn down for what?
Cat Hansen says, I won't buy characters I straight up don't like, even if they're part of a set, unless it's something major like the full Star Wars Kenner line. So I don't think... it'll be interesting when the Mayfeld Black Series figure comes out. I know Bill Burr can be kind of, polarizing.
That's fine. I'll buy all of them.
Adam Bradish says, generally no rules. I just buy the figures I like and don't get them to get them. See, I think everybody's established rules that I need to adapt because I just buy stuff to buy it. I'm like, I'm already here. I'm not going to not buy it. And then I think that's the big thing. And what was this person? Shane Saw says, I'm not a huge collector by any means, but I have been trying to collect specific toys or items I remember fondly as a kid and through my youth. And I think that's kind of that's the gateway that gets people who aren't collectors into, like, you know, you go to a vintage toy shop and you see some figure or toy and you haven't thought about it since you were, 6 years old. And then it brings back like this flood of memories. And then you're like, oh, I'll just buy this. It'd be a fun thing to buy. And then like a month later, you have a DTOF full of toys and it just goes from there. And it's the best. This is the best. It's just the best. So cool. Well, let's talk about some of the stuff. So there was a bunch of toy news over the last couple days. The different companies are, there's no toy fair, so companies are kind of doing their own sporadic revealing of, Ryan, what's so funny? What's going on over there?
Jessica Parker says, if someone has the most defined Southern accent in this household, it's me, not Brock.
No, yeah, it's true.
Right? And she probably picked that up from hanging out with Shawn Michaels.
Are we back on that? Shawn Michaels does not have
Can't get away from it.
Can't get away from
Can't get away.
Sorry, Brock.
Yeah, sorry, Brock. That's hard. When Shawn Michaels, he'll go 60 minutes. He will. It's called an Iron Man match. Read a book.
Yeah.
All right. So the different toy companies have been kind of just, on their own accord, revealing stuff. NECA's had some reveals. Super7 had a bunch of stuff, and Hasbro. So I kind of wanted to talk about some of that if you guys don't mind. I think maybe we should start off with, since we were just talking about Mr. Zilla, we can talk about the big news coming out of the world of Toho and Godzilla. Let's start there. So I'm going to share my screen. So Super7 and Godzilla. Match made in heaven. Now, I didn't know about the history of Super7 and Godzilla. I guess Super7 started off as some sort of magazine heavily featuring kaiju and Godzilla a long time ago. And all we knew is that NECA had lost the license for. Obviously, there's Godzilla figures being made by like Bandai and X Plus and all those import Japanese companies and stuff. But as far as America goes, NECA had been making the Godzilla figures for years and lost the license and didn't know what was going to happen. So Super7 has this big announcement where they're going to be doing reaction figures this year, and then they're going to be doing ultimates next year. So I don't know, Jake. Take
Jake, this affects you more than anybody else here.
Yeah.
So.
This affects Jake more than 90% of the population. So,
whenever I read the thing about reaction figures, I was like, oh, I'm safe. I'll be good because I'm probably not going to jump into the react. I'm kind of over those. I don't really want to collect reaction figures.
Oh, time out. Let's face it. You would have bought every one of them you saw.
And you still are.
No, don't do this. Don't do this to me. I maybe, but it depends. Like I really wonder what they're going to look like. It's hard for me to picture what a Godzilla reaction figure is going to look like. To me, I feel like it could be cool, and maybe I'll get it, or it could look really dumb. Kind of hope it looks dumb, honestly. But the fact that they're doing the Ultimates kind of scares me a little bit because I will buy whatever they put out.
Yeah.
I just hope that, like, my hopes for it is that it's not just what NECA did and just putting out 15 different versions of Godzilla, because I do like all the different versions of Godzilla, but NECA just did that. I would really, really love if Super7 does other monsters or even some of the humans from that series.
Yeah. I think the way it works with Super7 Ultimates, let's talk about it real quick, is they have the Ultimate line going for Ninja Turtles. They've got Disney. They've got Thundercats. So they take on a license, and they do these in waves of either 4 or 5 figures, and you pre-order them, and 7 or 8 months later you get them, and then they do 2 to 3 waves a year. It's about a $45 to $50 price point. But if they've got the whole license, then really the possibilities are endless, because I think the opportunity to do Godzilla, all of the other monsters, and then like, you know, human characters and just stuff that's outside of the box, because it's direct to consumer. You're not going to find these at Target. You're not going to, like, these are, you order them either directly from Super 7 or Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. And I mean, the only ones I have so far are the Ninja Turtles Ultimates, but they're incredible. Like, they're really, really awesome action figures.
Yeah.
But what if you're ordering a wave of 4 or 5? I mean, what it means, Jake, is that it's about $1,000 a year. You got to spend $1,000 a year to keep up. That's what it is. It's $250 for a wave, and
dude, that's 100 cups of Starbucks coffee.
Okay.
Wait.
Right?
No,
dude, listen.
No, your math is way off.
Hey, we're skipping. We're not doing the math for Starbucks.
This is not
the coffee podcast.
This is not a coffee podcast or a money podcast. Listen, if we needed to talk about money, none of us would be like, this is not about money. Okay. This is not about money.
This is not about rational decisions. We're not talking
As a longtime investor in the stock market of 3 days,
we're adults.
I think I know money. No, but it's really cool. And like, so this kind of leads me, and I think we can bridge this by talking about the Power Rangers announcement real quick, because Super 7 also announced Ultimate Power Rangers figures, which I was actually surprised, because Hasbro's got the Lightning collection going, and it seems like they're maybe in competition with each other, but Power Rangers is one of those brands like Transformers or really anything else Hasbro owns. They're going to milk it as much as possible. So, and Power Rangers fans will keep buying and buying and buying. So they did announce Wave 1 of the Power Rangers line, and I thought I had it up, but I guess I don't. I think it was like, it's like 2 Rangers, Goldar, a Putty, and then like the Dino Zord. So they're going to be putting out the individual Zords as ultimate figures, which is, I mean, that's cool. That it's got me thinking, and do I need to just tap out on Lightning Collection and do the ultimates? But I don't know. Ryan, will you get any of these Power Rangers or Godzilla figures?
No.
I'm going to get the...
Actually, for Godzilla, if they do make some of the other monsters...
Yeah.
I might actually get a couple, because he's got a cool rogues gallery, and you know, I don't think they get enough love.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think, well, so as Abby has been battling this migraine for 2 days, she's actually watched like 9 Godzilla movies. So I assume that the Super 7 Godzillas are going to be peaking.
She's got
her
like
interest.
40 left to go.
Yeah, she's doing
on the right track.
She's doing pretty good.
More like 35.
Yeah.
I'm going for Canadian currency there, so it's a little
They'll
more.
be 40 by the time she gets through them all.
Jason Heimbecker on the chat says they should make an ultimate skyscraper that has destroyable parts for Godzilla. That's fine with me. Make a diorama, like that would be cool.
Yeah. I've seen some people who do custom, 3D printing of buildings and stuff that will go either with your monster arts or your NECA figures. So
yeah, and like I said, we were all kind of trying to figure out what was going on. Like, why did NECA lose the license? And this is NECA and Super 7 are your 2 biggest collector focused toy brands right now, and Super 7, NECA has kind of been the king for a while, but Super 7's making some really good stuff. I'm not going to get too much into the Thundercats stuff, because I'm not a big Thundercats person, but Ryan, I know they announced that what is it, the hover tank? Is that what it's called?
The Thunder Tank.
What's a hover tank? That's from something else. I'm going to look
that's
that
from
up.
your made up Kenner line.
Yeah, that's my note.
Yeah.
I think the hover tank's like a G.I. Joe vehicle. No, the Thunder Tank. Ryan, how are you feeling? People have been not too happy about the $450 price point on that vehicle.
Look, people are dumb. Okay, that's kind of like the first thing. It is on a scale of anything from HasLab.
By the way, hover tank is
not,
Star Wars. Just letting everybody know.
And I think the Thunder Tank is even bigger. Like how much was the barge? The barge was 500, correct?
Yeah, something like that.
The Razor Crest was 350.
Yeah.
The tank is going to be bigger than the Razor Crest. And it's made for 6-inch figures, which is something no other toy company has done. And they even stated too when they were talking about people complaining and being little bitches about the price. They were kind of like, "Hey, guys, look, we'd be stoked if we even get 10% of the sales."
Right.
That's something like the Razor Crest does, because
Right.
we know that like Thundercats is a very niche, fan group.
Right. It's not Star Wars.
Right, and
it's just not.
It's not Star Wars, and like I think people need to look at that and what they're saying about that, and also kind of apply that to Ghostbusters a little bit.
Well, hold on. I was going to
Because
ask you
whenever
this
they say-
before you go any further. How come objectively Ghostbusters is much bigger and has a much bigger fan base than Thundercats? But how come they're going to sell probably 5,000 Thunder tanks, but if Super 7 put out an Ecto 1, they'd probably sell 130 of them, and 30 of those people are in the chat right now. What is with Ghostbusters fans? Come on.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with Ghostbusters, because it seems
That's
like
what we should-
they put the stuff
you know what,
out
that
and
should just-
nobody buys it.
That can be the topic of next week's 5-year anniversary is what's up with Ghostbusters fans?
What?
It's been 5 years of us defending you guys, but we're done.
We're coming after you next week.
The airing of the Ghostbusters grievances.
We're all going to show up in our Sting face paint and our
Yes.
NWO
Yes.
black and white.
Oh, we're going to
Yeah.
invade the
White
Ghostbusters
t-shirts.
fan community. Hey, yo.
Exactly. Who's the third man or
Yeah.
fourth man?
Who's
I
the
guess.
fourth man? Who's the fifth man? Yeah, so I don't know, but I think they're going to sell a lot of those things because they do offer a payment plan, and like Thundercats, it's not the biggest fan base in the world, but those are just like hardcore fans. So
Yeah, those fans. Plus, those fans, I think, that do collect Thundercats because they're already used to spending a lot of money because their toys on the secondary market have always been pretty expensive to get complete.
Right.
So those people that are hardcore into Thundercats, they're already like prepared to spend the money.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
We're Ghostbusters fans. Not so much. They're still used to getting like a broken tie Egon for $2 in a loony bin. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Oh my god.
Ray Cameron says Ghostbusters fans only want garbage.
You know the funniest thing, and I told you guys this was the funniest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. So when I wake up in the mornings, I'm all groggy, and I always check my phone, check my messages. It's the same routine. I'm sure everybody has. I'm acting like I'm the only one who does this. But I get up and I'm in some Facebook group, and there's some discussion going on about spirit packs, the spirit proton packs. And I'm
Those are the worst toys yet.
Stop. So I'm scrolling through, and it's just kind of a funny discussion going back and forth. And somebody goes, a very well-known Ghostbusters podcast was talking shit about spirit packs recently. And I was just like, I'm like half asleep, and I'm like, I go, that's interesting. I keep scrolling, and somebody goes, do you have the link? And they posted the link, and it was just the URL. And in my mind, I'm like, I got to see what this is about. And I clicked it, and it opened up, Yes, Have Some on Spotify. It was like, then my mind started going, it's like, oh, there's only 2 Ghostbusters podcasts. And it wasn't Troy and Chris on the Crossrip aren't talking shit about spirit packs.
Did you thank them for sharing? Our
well,
show?
no, because it was our Ghostbusters hot takes thing, and I remember for sometimes people are new listeners. Like everything we do and say is like tongue in cheek, and it's not Ryan. Like Ryan will tell you exactly how he feels about spirit packs, but like I think there's
that's why we keep Ryan off the main show. He's gonna get us in trouble.
They want to be sponsored by the company that I already work for.
Toy Anxiety was created to keep Ryan quiet.
The underrated fact is that Ryan Dole works for Sony. It's so funny.
Oh my god.
We're gonna get in trouble. You work there.
Yeah. They're already paying me, so it doesn't even matter. But no, it is kind of funny. This is kind of like my jail cell podcast, and This is where they keep me to keep me in line.
A lot of people don't know this. When we sign off, Ryan's actually it's like Superman, the Phantom Zone. He's stuck inside this little box all week.
That's it.
Oh
And
my
I just
god!
kind of zoom out.
So, anyways, I thought it was fun. It's funny to click on a link and it opens up your own. It's like, I'm sure it's the equivalent of someone's like, oh, check out, I found this hot girl on the internet and she's been sending me a bunch of nasty messages, and you're like, oh, let me check this out. Oh my god, it's my wife. It's like a Rodney Dangerfield, like the old Rodney Dangerfield, like when you left the bar and got into a cab and they said, take me to the dirtiest gal in town, and he drove me home. Anyways, that's not even the joke. I'm just making things up at this point. I'm just trying to censor it. I'm not talking about my actual Abby's. She's got a headache. Okay, she's in the other room. Not actually her, but my fictional wife, Jillian Holtzman. Anyways, let's move on here. Let's talk about Star Wars. Do you guys want to?
I love Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hasbro.
Star Wars is cool.
Hasbro did their. Wait a minute, Jake. Can we see it? Can we see how cool Star Wars is?
I don't know. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but
okay. We can see it very well.
Yeah.
Yes, Jake.
It's there.
Jake, who the mild fan of Star Wars with the
it's fine.
The Rebel insignia tattooed on his face. That looks beautiful. Good job. Let's.
I love it. I think it looks really nice, Jake. Don't listen to Craig.
When we were walking,
did Craig say something bad about it?
No.
Always.
When we were walking into Star Wars Celebration 2017, like we had already been in line all morning, and we're trying to get in, and some guy's like stopping Jake, like trying to take a picture of his head.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, calm down, all right?
Back up.
Listen. Toy anxiety. It's not a thing yet, but it will be. All right, guys. So I don't know how the chat's doing, but I hope you guys are having a good time. I know I am. Let's look at Hasbro here. So Star Wars yesterday, they did their first Fan First Friday of the what do you call
2021.
it? 2021, where they did some reveals. And let's do the rundown here because there's some exciting stuff. So I'm going to share the screen. Oh my God, it worked. Last week when I shared the screen, everything shut down. So hope everybody's still with us. Okay, so first off, they're doing these 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm. So if you guys remember, a couple years ago, Star Wars Celebration did the Black Series exclusive for the 20th anniversary of Phantom Menace with the original packaging of what was it, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
So they're continuing that line. It won't match up perfectly because there's this giant gaudy 50th Lucasfilm sticker on it, but that's fine. So we got a battle droid here. I'll just go through these and then we can kind of talk about them. So we got.
They have the sticker on there so that you don't mix it up with the old ones. You know, they don't want They don't want those old ones to depreciate in value.
You don't want to go to Walmart and be like, "Wait a minute, are these the old ones? This been here since 1999."
Did they find these under some shelf?
Now these are essentially repacks of existing Black Series figures, but the Mace Windu figure is really good. So if you didn't pick that one up, I would suggest it. Who else do we got? Okay, this is the one I'm really excited about because the only Qui-Gon Black Series figure that's out has been very hard to find, and it's actually not a very good figure. The face is awful, and it's been $70, $80, $90 for the last year or two. So they redid the face and are re-releasing Qui-Gon. So how do you guys feel, Jake? What's your opinion of Qui-Gon Jinn?
I mean, he's a little misguided, but I liked him. You know, he's a good dude. He mastered Force ghosting. So these figures I think look pretty good. I mean, they're all like, I don't know if I'll buy them, but they look great. Like I don't have a whole lot of the Black Series figures, but I like that Episode 1 packaging.
Yeah, it's cool.
That makes me want to get them.
Yeah, I'll definitely. I'm trying to be a little bit more. What's the word? I almost said prestigious. That's not the word. Litigious? Nope. I'm trying to choose a little bit more carefully. I'm going to obviously collect all the main
Maybe the word is selective?
There it is. Litigious? Doesn't that mean like... law, like you sue people.
Are you gonna
and stuff.
open these? If you buy these, are you gonna open these up?
Well, the Qui-Gon I'll open, but I'm probably not going to get the other ones.
Because these almost are like, I don't know, man. I feel like I would feel nervous. I wouldn't want to.
Yeah,
open
see, I have
Right.
I have the Darth Maul and the Obi-Wan, and I kept them in package, and
Right.
I want these to kind of complete that because these look great.
Yeah.
Plus, we all know that Qui-Gon also hooked up with Shmi Skywalker.
Hey, I want that Jar Jar.
Yeah, so the Jar Jar that is peg warming hard is getting its first re-release, but it's cool in that packaging. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, I like it.
So
Yeah, this Jar Jar won't be pegging like the other ones.
yeah. By the way, I know litigious wasn't the word, so it's late. I'm tired. I think this is the same as the other Jar Jar. It just doesn't come with the shield. It doesn't come with the Tony Stark Endgame shield. It only comes with the staff. But a cool figure. Okay, so then we got some vintage collection. Oh my God, I can't believe I just called them that. Black Series Junior. Sorry, everybody.
Thank you.
And again, this is part of the 50th anniversary, so they're still trying to by the way, these guys who work for Hasbro, it's a thankless job. A lot of these are repaints and repacks, but they're putting out the AT-ST driver. Cool figure. I won't be picking it up, but packaging looks good, and it's part of the, if you're trying to get the original 96 figures in Black Series Junior form, you'll need this
what?
one.
I kind of wish for the packaging for this, it was actually a picture of the drivers swatting away Ewoks from above.
Right, exactly. Which reminds, I always forget that I need that vintage Ewok glider. Well, maybe I'll buy that tonight. Okay, cool. So you got the AT-ST
I dare
driver.
you to.
Now this is cool. The Return of the Jedi Paplu Ewok. I think that's his first time in the line. So cool figure there.
He's great.
I'm just going to kind of scroll through these. If you guys need to talk about any of them in detail, let me know. Princess Leia, Indoor Camo. Cool. Great figure. I got the Black Series version. It's awesome. It really is. It's interesting that collectively as a podcast, Abby, myself, and Jake, and of course as Ryan as well, we all, Return of the Jedi is all of our favorite Star Wars movies. That's just interesting. It's also
weird to have like 4 people that have like the same Star Wars movie as their favorite.
It kind of is.
No, it is.
It actually is. Yeah.
But as for our second favorite, I think we're all like freaking different. And I think we would all fight.
It all jumps around. Let me guess. Ryan, your second favorite Star Wars movie is Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, the best one.
My second favorite is the best one. Jake, I'm gonna guess that your second favorite Star Wars movie is A New Hope.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I think
Craig, you're good at this. This is like the dating game of Star Wars.
My second favorite Star Wars movie is probably A New Hope, but
I was gonna say Rise of Skywalker because it's the worst one.
No, but I've been watching Empire Strikes Back more this last couple months, and it is very good. So, all right. Moving on, folks. Okay, Clone Wars, Ahsoka.
Woo!
Ryan, you're a big Clone Wars guy. Tell me about this figure.
It's awesome. I like how they did a mix of between like how she kind of looks live action and how she looks in the cartoon. I think she looks better than the Black Series figure they came out with.
Okay.
To be honest, I know I have it on the way and I'm super excited, but I also pre-ordered this, so I'm super excited to have these as part of any collection. I think this is great.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a hard to find figure. If I know Star Wars like I think I do, I think this is going to be a tough figure to find. By the way, Rosario Dawson.
Oh, dude, wait until they come out with Rosario Dawson. Like,
what?
They're going to come out Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka Tano. It's going to be a Black Series, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll be like a Walmart exclusive or like a Target exclusive.
It's going to be exclusive to some store. Like it'll be like a Family Dollar exclusive for some reason. Okay. And then we've got the Clone Wars Season 7 Darth Maul. I won't be picking this figure up, but it is very cool. Darth Maul's.
Why not? It's awesome.
All right, I'll get it. I don't care. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
You've convinced me.
Just get it.
I told you I'm
Just
being
bullying
litigious.
him into
I'm being
buying Star
litigious
Wars.
here. So those are.
I am surprised that is not out in Black Series first, though.
I think it
will
will be
say that.
soon. I think it will be soon.
Oh, it will be for sure at some point, but I'm just surprised it isn't because everything else from that season,
Right.
is already out in Black Series. So I just found that a little weird, but that's fine. Whatever.
Next we've got this Black Series trooper. What is this actually called? This trooper. It's from the Bad Batch, correct? I'm not even saying what it's
I've
called.
just been calling it a Bad Batch trooper.
Bad Batch trooper. I like the green eyes and the it's a trooper. People will buy it. So, let's keep going here. And okay, this is what I'm really excited about. So, we've got the Star Wars 50th Anniversary Black Series figures in original Kenner deco. So the first one is Greedo. This is a must buy for me. I know there's some people that are bummed because they've never re-released the original Greedo figure, and it's really hard to find it expensive. And people were there. It kind of leaked that they were doing a new Greedo, and then they put it out, and it's not Greedo from the movie. It's Greedo from Kenner Toys. But I don't care because I have Greedo. So awesome. I'm just putting it out there.
This doesn't affect me, so I'm cool with this.
Typical American. They're doing what? Does it affect me personally? All right, I'm not too worried about it.
Craig's privilege is showing.
My Star Wars privilege is showing.
Star Wars.
So
I think it's
That's a cool
great.
looking
I think
toy.
this is a great one.
yeah, it's cool.
See, I would
me
get
too.
Jake to. I would pay Jake to tattoo that Greedo on me.
let's do
Let's
it.
do
A
it.
Kenner
Let's
Greedo.
do it for an
Come on,
episode.
Dan.
All right. Okay, next we've got the Kenner style Jawa with the soft goods vinyl, or not the soft goods cape, not the vinyl cape, soft goods. Not quite as cool as the Greedo in my opinion, but still cool, still a must buy for me.
I still think that's cool.
I think it's cool.
Can I say a prediction?
Yeah, please.
I think they're going to do a vinyl cape Jawa like this for a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
That's probably going to happen, considering that they've now set a precedent for the vinyl cape figures with our next guy, which I'm super excited about. This is, out of all the reveals, this was my most excited. This was the most excited I was, is what I'm saying. So this is a Kenner style Obi-Wan with vinyl cape and an updated, facial scan. That looks a lot better than the other. And it also has like the white hair. I should learn how to finish a sentence before starting a new one. So let me get all my thoughts out. First of all, there is a new face scan that's more accurate to
Sir Alec Guinness.
No, Ewan McGregor. No, Sir Alec Guinness. And they went white with the hair and beard, just like the original Kenner figure. And then it has like the vinyl kind of crazy looking robe that perfectly mimics the original figure. And I thought they were going to maybe do the old school dumb looking lightsaber, but they went with
I think that would have been kind of cool.
I did too.
If they had like a switchable arm.
Oh, that would have been great. Where you can make it like the old one or the like a actual lightsaber. But that Obi-Wan is really cool. And then they kind of teased some future figures that are going to be released. I'll just do the rundown real quick. There's going to.
I can't wait for the ESPN Star Wars figures. It's gonna be
What's this ad at the? By the way, it's Disney, ABC. We're just giving money to really bad people. Just let everybody know, but whatever. We're getting Zero from The Mandalorian. We're getting Casca Reeves in Black Series. Obviously, that is going to pair very well with the Bo-Katan figure. And then they're doing a General Lando Calrissian in the Vintage Collection, and as well as IG-11 in the Vintage Collection, which will be the first time for that.
No, you're backwards on the Landos.
I am?
It's ESB Lando for juniors.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's General Calrissian for Black Series.
General Calrissian, which I've always wanted that figure. Like, Lando looks so cool with like his khaki, his cape and his general outfit. Dude, Lando's so awesome. I really love Lando
He's
Calrissian.
cool.
So, lots of good stuff. And that's just kind of the first reveals of the year. from Hasbro. You know, Ryan, we were talking about it. Like, you got to imagine closer to Book of Boba Fett, there's going to be a lot of figures coming out. Fennec Shand and Boba Fett with his new gear, his robes, and his all that stuff.
Bathrobe of Fett.
Bathrobe. Did you make that up?
I did.
I like that. I like that. But yeah, I hope they do more of those Kenner re-releases. The only thing that bums me out is the Boba Fett. It was the first one they did, and I would love to open that, but I can't. In good conscience, I can't because it's a very valuable figure. I wish there was another way to get a loose Kenner style Boba Fett, but
be patient. One will show up.
This is what keeps me up at night. It really does. So anyways, wow, we covered a lot of ground. We're almost at an hour. We got a few more minutes here. Ryan, any final thoughts on any of that news that we just went over?
I'm excited to see the Sasha Banks figure.
Yeah. I mean, that's a cool character. Like, I'm glad that listen, I need to recreate, by the way, we're about to spoil The Mandalorian. So if you haven't seen season 2, I don't know why you're here.
Then why are you here? Yeah.
I want to recreate in action figure form the last scene of The Mandalorian from this season. I need them to put out Moff Gideon's bridge playset. Or I'm just going to repaint the old Playmates Star Trek bridge playset and put all my Black Series figures in there. Because they've released most, like Bo-Katan and Casca Reeves is coming. So if they're going to have to put out that Luke at some point. They have
and
to.
Fennec.
And Fennec.
So those are the two you need.
Right.
Because you have an R2, correct?
I've got a Dagobah R2. He's very dirty.
Nope. You need the other one. So
I really do. Yeah.
Nope.
I do. I screwed up, guys. I really did. Well, listen, everybody.
There was a nice thought, but until you get R2,
I want that Luke. I need Luke. I need solo X-Wing Luke with that pristine haircut. The bangs. The bangs go straight across. And
I want his face to slightly move away from his actual head. You know, I want it to kind of float there a little bit.
Man, I thought it looked great. I don't know why.
It did. I'm just being a complete dick.
Luke Skywalker.
I want deep fake Luke Skywalker so bad.
Ooh, I want it deep faked.
Oh, dude, they should deep fake all figures if you think about it. Jake, do you have any final thoughts on anything that we covered? Godzilla or
no?
Otherwise?
I mean, it's just like a lot of stuff to look forward to. You know, like I always get kind of anxious when like toy companies will like tell us what's going to come out, and then we have to wait to actually see it. Like that sucks, but it seems like there's a lot of stuff happening. So.
Yeah, and you can only imagine that with the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm and tons of Star Wars media in the pipeline. There's going to be plenty of Star Wars figures. Pipeline. There's going to be plenty of, obviously, Jake, Godzilla is just in the air right now.
Too much right now. I don't even know why. It's a couple of the, accounts that I follow has been talking about over the week, like the Kong versus Godzilla trailer is like kind of doing way better than anybody thought it was. And I mentioned this last week, but I think it's just because people are excited that a movie is happening. But
I'll put it this way. The Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer on the official account has 18 million views. That trailer's been out for a year and a half. Godzilla vs. Kong trailer has 45 million views. People are excited.
But then on top of that, I mean, like they just announced that there's a new a Skull Island cartoon coming. Shin Ultraman trailer just dropped. The Shin Ultraman trailer dropped like 2 days ago, and then today Bandai has released pictures of all the Shin Godzilla or Ultraman figures that are coming out already. So
will you be getting those?
Yeah, I think I will. And then on top of that, they just.
Unlike Captain America at the end of Endgame, Jake's like, I think I will.
I wonder, speaking, kind of going off on these toys, something that I bring up a lot is how much I really miss the boat on that old Cloverfield monster toy. I wish I would have bought that, and I look at it every now and then and see what it's going for on eBay. But they just announced that there is a true Cloverfield sequel coming out, like a sequel to the first Cloverfield.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we're gonna get maybe we'll get it to, like, at this point this will be the fourth Cloverfield movie. It will be the second to like predominantly feature that creature. I wonder if we'll get some toys from that.
I think so.
I would imagine so. It's probably going to be that same guy. It's probably going to be Jax making all the Godzilla and Kong figures.
Stop it. I hope not.
I would kind of hope that maybe NECA picks it up. I mean,
that'd be cool.
They need a new kaiju, so I mean, why not give them Cloverfield?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Well, cool, everybody. Now, I didn't get Ryan. Did you get any comments this week? Do you have anything lined up?
Oh, dude, look what was all announced this week. Do you think there's not comments?
All right, so this is the segment we do. And by the way, if anybody has any questions or Q&A or anything they want us to tackle, let us know in the chat before we wrap up here. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. And thank you to all of our audio listeners for subscribing to Toy Anxiety here on the podcast feed. Now, this is our segment we do every week. It's called Toy Anxiety Fans of the Week, spelled WEAK. We scour the internet, the message boards, the social media posts for some of our absolute favorite comments on ongoing toy news. And I didn't gather any comments this week, but I feel like Ryan did. So Ryan, do you want to start us off? Let me get the music going here, and we'll have a little bit of fun. Hold on, where's my...
okay, while you do that, I will tell them what it's from.
Yeah, what's the topic
from
here?
The Instagram. It's on Instagram, the Hasbro Pulse, for the Darth Maul Jr. Star Wars announcement.
All right, here we go. I'm going to get the music going, and you'll hear your cue. Here's Toy Anxiety Fans of the Week.
I can't stand all the Star Wars fans who completely shame the prequels, which is where Maul is from, people. Yet now, everyone is all of a sudden a fan of Maul, and make it impossible for others to even buy things like this.
So he's a prequel gatekeeper, is what you're saying. He's gatekeeping the prequels.
Right? I thought we were the only ones. It's so nice to know that there's others.
Do you have more? Do you have more comments?
I got another one. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Now, what's this one from? I like that one.
Also from, dude, Maul is covered in them.
Same thing. Okay, here we go.
Same thing.
Maul
Yep.
is covered in them.
Yeah. You thought those were tattoos on Darth Maul? It's comments. Oh, here we go.
This is all in capitals, by the way. You guys don't listen. Walmart and their awful distribution, shipping, etc. does not deserve exclusives. By the way, this figure's not an exclusive.
Yeah, it's not.
Thousands of VC 177, both figs, ordered just canceled, and you give those idiots more? Time to end your relationship with Walmart. You're making collecting VC an aggravation. One like.
Hey, Hasbro, biggest toy company in the world. It's time to end your partnership with the biggest retailer in the world. I didn't get my Baby Yoda in time. My kids had a terrible Christmas because of it. By the way,
I didn't even get a pin.
I do agree. Walmart pre-orders, like, it's not lost on me how terrible it all is, but none of it ever inspires me to get on the internet and complain about it.
Dude,
it's just too much.
that Din and Grogu 2-pack didn't even make it up to Canada, so don't
it's stuck at the border.
It's stuck at the border.
There's a Mountie
you know what?
There's a Mountie going, oh, hey, you and your little foundling there, eh? Do you guys get your coronavirus vaccine paperwork? Yeah. Otherwise, we're not going to let you over here, eh?
Yeah, we don't want you coming up here and taking all ours, eh? Just because our lines are shorter doesn't mean we can just let you in here and just, like, get your shots, eh? So,
hey, that's a pretty cool.
You guys got your own. you got your own system down there. I mean, you guys could use it. Sure, you guys may have to wait a little while, but I mean, once our whole country is vaccinated, I mean, which should be, like what, end of May,
Hey, by the way, that's a pretty cool suit of Beskar armor there. Now, we don't have any Beskar up here in, the homeland and over there in Victoria, BC, but I'll tell you what we do have is maple syrup. I had a lady covered herself in tons of maple syrup, and oh boy, she just had a good time. But yeah, you're not coming into my country.
Yeah. You know what? It doesn't even matter if you're wearing that mask, and I'm actually really excited that you're wearing that mask. I think that's really appropriate of you to do that. And yeah. But that little guy there is 50 years old, and he should be wearing a mask.
So I don't. Ryan, do you have any more comments? Because I don't have any more. You got one more for us?
Yes.
Okay.
One more.
Here we go. Now,
it's still on
same
Maul.
post.
Still on Maul, baby.
It's an all Maul. We're going to the mall. Okay. Here we go. I'm very excited about this.
Literally, anytime anything is shown for Black Series, TCF fans cry. And anytime anything is shown for TVC is shown, Black Series fans cry.
Okay, so basically he's highlighting the two different fan bases there. Whew, boy, that's fun.
It is fun. When we do our 1-year anniversary, we should just do a compilation of all these fans.
Oh, dude, cool. Yeah, and I think, listen, toy fans are passionate. But we're all part of Ghostbusters fan groups and Godzilla fan groups and Star Wars. It's just people
G.I. Joe. You name it.
I can't even imagine. They announced that new G.I. Joe Fortnite mashup tonight and charged $40 for what should be a $20 figure. I can't even imagine what the comments are. So,
but dude, it's an exclusive.
All right, everybody. Well, this was a ton of fun. I'm very thankful that everybody is hanging out with us on a Saturday night. Stay tuned. We'll be back to our regular scheduled Toy Anxiety next Tuesday. And let me go to the chat one last time to see if there's any other loose ends we need to tie up. People seem to really enjoy the music, the piano music there. Yeah, if you guys, excuse me, I will give Abby everybody's best. She's not feeling so hot. And also, if you guys ever find comments, or I've had some listeners send us, things that they've found that they want us to read. Even Brock Parker sent us one from Bo Bearden a couple months ago when he was tweeting at Microsoft, complaining about Xbox, which is hilarious. Poor Bo. Oh my God. We it's all in fun. It's all in fun. But yeah, send us over. Send me a DM or post it, and yes, have some group therapy. And yeah, that's it. This was fun. I had a great time.
Yep.
I
like Little Mermaid and Little Mermaid accessories.
We all do.
That's my Brock Parker impression, everybody.
Well,
so in case you're wondering who Jessica married, I just did it.
God, Ryan, you're staying in the what did we call this earlier? The Phantom Zone.
It's the Phantom Zone for Ryan Dole.
The Phantom Menace Zone.
Oh, that could be the name of your new fan site that you start if you ever start a fan site.
It'll be called Attack of the Doles.
Attack of the Doles, huh? All right. For Jacob Walsh, Ryan Dole, and Abigail Gardner, who's somewhere, thank you for joining Toy Anxiety.
This is where the fun begins.
This is where the fun begins. That's our tagline. And we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Buy a toy. Bye, everybody.
Bye, toys.
Buy toys. You're all toys. Buy toys.
Buy toys.
Goodbye, toys.